Hey guys, what's up? I'm sitting in my normal drum space, and I know you don't see a drum set here, but that's because there was a little bit of interest in me doing a kit tour. So I had already had my kit in pieces from doing some traveling and playing parts at friends' houses. So I tore it apart, and now I'm gonna put it together. And actually, I'll have the top camera recording, and you can watch me put just the shells together. No cymbals, because I'll do that in a separate video, and I'll talk about like my favorite cymbals. And then I'll do a third video that will just be like all hardware, like stands and pedals and stuff. My dog doesn't even like me. What is it? So let's get started. Okay, so I've just set up my kit in what I think is probably my favorite setup since I've been playing drums. One rack tom and one floor tom. So if you know anything about the series of kit I'm playing, the Orange County Drums Avalon, it's actually really a 6-piece kit. So there should be another, I think it's 8x10. I pulled up all the exact sizes just to make sure that I was not wrong. Yes, an 8x10, and this is a 9x12. And there's one other floor tom that's 14x14. It's 12x14 actually, so it's a little bit shallower. It's 2 inches shallower than this one, and it's 14-inch wide. And this is a 16x14. So I've chosen the deeper and wider of the two, just because I like the sound. I'm not really into. I know in some of my later videos I have added the smaller tom just because I like that. But I really don't like it for floor toms. It doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather have this as the smallest one and then like a 16 deep by 18 wide. That would be really cool to me, and maybe something to take into consideration for my next drum set. Okay, so on my kick drum, I have the new Evans EMAD Heavyweight. This thing is serious business. I can't even remember what I was using before. I have my old head there. It was a white batter head. You know, I had ripped right through my old head, so I just picked it up. I did that stupid thing. I let the employee at Guitar Center just talk me into a new drum head. But this time I did some research. I watched some videos of some of my favorite drummers using it, and as soon as I picked it up, I mic'd up my kick drum and I recorded. I was like, that is the tone I had been looking for, because it's really clicky and it has a very strong attack, but it's very rounded. You can kind of hear it in my newer videos. I mean, I'm not the best mixer, but this snare drum is not part of the Avalon series. This was a separate snare. It is Orange County though. I decided to just stay in the family. When I go, my next step, I love the DW sound, so I really want to, this is really my first real drum set, so my second drum set, my second kit will definitely probably be a DW. I don't know if it'll be a custom that I make on their website, or just a series that isn't sold in stores, but this snare is just, it's the same size as the standard one. It's 6.5 deep by 14 wide, which is, it kind of seems to be the standard, at least maybe for rock. I really have been getting into the deeper, like maybe a 7 or an 8-inch deep snare, because they naturally just sound so big and fat, just because of the sheer size of the snare drum. I would have to lower my stand all the way to the ground. It'd be ridiculous. Yeah, and for heads on everything up here, I have a heavyweight power dot. I don't remember if I think it's called the power dot. I really like it. The last new heads I bought were the Evans hydraulics, and they were super dead, super low resonant, basically all attack. And I liked that in the beginning, and that was what I was looking for, but after a while, it kind of sounded terrible, and I didn't like it anymore. So I went back to EC2s on my toms. I originally had just clear, but this time I went with the frosted, and I actually don't love it much. So this tom needs to be replaced. I beat the crap out of it. The floor tom is still good. I'm thinking about either doing just the clear coated that I have on the extra 2 drums back there, or maybe like a one-ply head. Just because I'm gonna be a studio drummer for this band, and I think those kinds of toms would sound nice on that record. So maybe in one of my other videos they'll just be on. But I actually now have a couple of heads that I can switch between. So yeah. So this was just me talking about my kit. Very basic surface level stuff. In the next video in this little series, I will bring in my cymbals and I will talk about them. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching this video about drums.